Finally, now that you know how to find a source through the library's database, here are some tips and methods for evaluating sources you find on the web. Let's return to our search in Google for "Does TikTok affect attention span?" and take a look at some of the first results. As you can see, the first one is from Stanford University, analyzing the effects of TikTok on the attention span. Next, we have Philadelphia Integrative Psychiatry with "TikTok Brain, the declining attention spans of our kids." Let's look at the Stanford University source first. It was published in a journal, Intersect, the Stanford Journal of Science, Technology, and Society. It was written by a student. It has an abstract, which you may be familiar with from your library search. Again, this is a summary of the article. A good practice is to evaluate not just the content itself, but the source that it is coming from. If you're unfamiliar with Stanford University, you can open a new tab and do a Google search to find out more information about this institution. Once you've read a little bit more about Stanford and its programs and reputation, you can then make a better decision about whether or not you choose to trust this content. Now let's take a look at this second source from the Philadelphia Integrative Psychiatry Practice. First of all, the title itself lets us know who the intended audience for this post is. The declining attention spans of our kids lets us know that this is written for an audience of parents who may be concerned about their children's use of TikTok and other apps and how it's affecting their attention spans. Let's open up the page and do some of the same evaluation techniques we did last time, looking at the source and not just the content. There is an author name, but we don't know anything about this person beyond their name. Things like education credentials are lacking. Additionally, there is contact information and buttons to schedule a session prominently featured at the top of the page. Finally, the image paired with this article looks like it was created by AI. Finally, an important feature to notice on this website is down at the bottom, after you've read the blog post, where it says, "Thanks for reading. Want to take the next step?" and prompts you to sign up with your email and check if they offer services in your area. Ultimately, it's working more as an advertisement than an informative piece. It's also playing on parents' very real fears about social media and attention spans and trying to profit off of that. At the very least, an information literacy skill that you could use to evaluate this website would be tracking down the information that they cited and seeing where they got the facts and statistics that they put into this blog post. So if you had to use a website as a source for answering this question about TikTok and attention span, you would probably want to go with the first one we looked at from Stanford University. On the next slide, I'll go over some techniques and a handy acronym you can remember, SIFT, for evaluating information that you find online.